Hello and welcome to another update video about Terra Luna. Terra Luna, I would still expect the price to come down into this target region down here, which is starting at $33 US, the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. Again, which doesn't mean that we could not in the short term see rising prices, but I think we are getting close to exhaustion unless we can really break above the all-time high on a sustainable basis. Now we have failed to do that so far, but overall Terra Luna is close to getting overbought on various time frames. So we need to be a bit careful. It is the indicators are much higher than for many other cryptos. And overall, I do expect that price to come down because we just need to finish off this ABC correction here. This looks now a little bit like a more complex correction, which is fine. But what is important is now what is happening here in the shorter time frames, because this is where it's getting interesting, irrespective of if we are coming down later into this blue target area or not. In the last few videos, we talked about this bull flag, which was a long position opportunity that did occur, that did happen. Yeah, the price target was reached, even exceeded a little bit. And then we've talked in the last video about this long opportunity here, which also is quite a similar opportunity, but I told you that it is getting riskier as we are seeing here bearish divergences appearing, which means that you see higher highs on the price chart, but you're actually seeing lower highs on the RSI on various time frames as well. So it's getting critical. We're getting close to being exhausted a little bit, which means that bearish divergence means that the bulls have difficulties to really push the price much higher. But anyway, when we started this correction here, I told you that this could become a bull flag and that we could have a pullback back to that ascending trend line again. And this is exactly what happened. Then when that happened, I made another video and we talked about that if this is a descending wedge, which it is, there is a potential that obviously we break to the upside from this descending wedge, and that this could be another opportunity for a short-term long trade. Now, I haven't done that yet. I haven't entered a long position here because we are not seeing the increased volume and we have been rejected here a couple of times. So, and we see quite a lot of red candles actually. So it's a bit uncertain at the moment, getting quite risky as well because of that bearish divergence. And I told you if I enter a long position here, it would be probably with a stop loss, just purely because we are getting very high here generally on some of the indicators. Now, generally that breakout to the upside here, I would be careful. I think we need to break above that 94.75 level, and even then, because we were rejected here, so you always want to get above the last rejection point. What is critical though is that it is really taking quite long for the price to really break out, so it's not very clear. Also, you really have a limited opportunity here because in terms of what the possible reward is, but because really the target for that move would be, I would say, $105. So that is not massive profit. Yeah, it's okay, you know, but the target of that descending wedge would be the beginning of that wedge, which is here at 104, 105 US dollars, and we're already at 93. And if you really have to wait for a breakout above that previous rejection point here at nearly $95, there is not really too much more profit in here. So I think there are better opportunities out there at the moment which are less overbought or where the indicators are not that high. Because if we take a look, for example, on the 4-day chart here, the RSI is in the region of 60, 61. That is fairly high. Yeah, and even the stochastic RSI is here in the overbought range. That is generally a sell signal, or can at least be regarded as a sell signal. However, we talked about that in the last video, that the MACD is turning bullish on the weekly, which is rather bullish, and therefore, of course, higher prices are possible, especially as long as you are above this ascending trend line. But we need to understand that also here on the weekly, the RSI is already way above 60. So at 70, you are considering something overbought, and it just means that the upside potential is not that great, yeah, and that the downside potential is a bit higher. Okay, so that is important to understand. Therefore, I find Terra Luna here in the short term quite risky, and also for a long-term investment at the moment, personally, and there is no financial advice, but personally I find there are other opportunities out there which offer better rewards at the moment, because Terra Luna has had its run. It reminds me a little bit of what Phantom did end of January or middle of January, where we had also this irrational run to the upside, and the market then rolled over and we crashed down from, I think it was around $3, or maybe not quite $3, but it did crash down to nearly $1 now. And we can really see how the bulls have difficulties to push the price even higher. And as long as you are above this ascending trend line, everything's fine. But there is a significant risk that you're going to lose that as you are really struggling to push much higher here. Yeah, you also see stronger corrections coming. Yeah, with those recent 2 corrections. And even now here, the price is struggling to push higher. And if you're making a lower high now here and you break to the downside of that ascending trend line, then I think we can expect the price to, or that immediate uptrend would then be over. We can then expect in the next instance the price to go down to $76. And if we take a look at the, for example, the VPVR, you can see where the support levels would be. So the next one, as I said, would then be, next major one would be here around that 76 to 79 US dollar level. And if you lose that, then you can fall quite far. And the next major support would be around $64, $65. And then the next major one would start here at $55. These are the main support levels here in this current scenario here. And if we take a look at the EMA ribbon, and this is on the 4-hour chart, you can actually see that the price is currently above the EMA ribbon and is heading higher. But as I said, this level at $95, if you break that, then you can really push much higher than this. And overall on the daily, we can see that the price is as well way above the EMA ribbon. And as long as that is the case, we're technically also still in an uptrend, but at the moment imminently, that ascending trend line is very important. Now that's my view on Terra Luna. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.